Why do we still think about the Titanic? Why does it never leave our minds even after more than a century? Maybe because there is a truth about it that still wants to be surfaced. Maybe it was never just about an iceberg at all. Maybe it's about the souls that were on board that night.
Every passenger seemed drawn into that voyage by something larger than chance. The dreamers chasing a new life, the wealthy chasing immortality, the lovers, the rivals, the children, the forgotten. It was as if fate had gathered them all in one place, for one night, for one story that would outlive them. The Titanic was more than a ship. It was a vortex, a magnet, pulling human energies into one vessel. Think about it. Thousands of people from every walk of life, all drawn to the same ship, the same voyage, the same fate. It wasn't random. It felt almost orchestrated. The wealthy stepped aboard, carrying the energy of power and pride, the belief that their empires and fortunes made them untouchable. The poor carried the raw energy of hope, their entire lives compressed into a single ticket, a dream of a new world. Children brought innocence, musicians carried devotion, and lovers carried desire and loss. It was as if every frequency of the human soul, ambition, greed, innocence, faith, longing, was gathered and locked inside that floating cathedral of steel. When all those energies converged, the Titanic became more than a ship. It became a mirror of humanity, a living symbol of light and shadow, carrying not only bodies across the Atlantic, but the psychic weight of an era. And when it sank, it wasn't only the steel that cracked. It was as if the energies themselves collided. Dreams against arrogance, hope against power, faith against the cold indifference of the sea. It was the clash of frequencies too vast to ignore. A stage where innocence stood shoulder to shoulder with greed, where the prayers of the humble met the champagne laughter of the mighty. Every vibration of the human soul, love and loss, pride and terror, sacrifice and betrayal, collided in one single night. That's why the Titanic still burns in our memory, because it was more than disaster. It was irony written by the universe. A ship hailed as unsinkable, dragged under in days. The rich who thought themselves untouchable, forced to face the same freezing dark as the poor. The orchestra playing beauty into chaos, their final notes swallowed by silence. It wasn't just a tragedy, it was a reckoning. A mirror held up to humanity, showing us that no wealth, no progress, no illusion of control can stand against the deeper currents that move the world. It was more than a clash, it was a prophecy, because in that night's unfolding, you can already glimpse the storms that would follow. Empires rising and collapsing, wars consuming millions, technology soaring higher than ever, yet always shadowed by the same arrogance that once called a ship unsinkable. The Titanic was not just a shipwreck. It was a mirror of the century ahead, a warning written in salt water and silence, a whisper from the deep that progress without humility is only another iceberg waiting in the dark. And now, over 100 years later, why does Titanic still haunt us? Because deep down, we sense we are boarding it again, building ever larger empires of steel, data, and fire, chasing speed, wealth, and immortality while ignoring the iceberg waiting in the dark. Climate collapsing, seas rising, machines we barely understand shaping our destiny, humanity racing forward with the same blind certainty that nothing can sink us. That's why the Titanic still lives in our minds, because it is not just history. It is a lesson carved in steel. And the question it leaves us with is the same one it left in 1912. When the collision comes, will we be ready to face the cold water? Or will we once again call ourselves unsinkable? The Titanic has not finished speaking. It lives through those who keep asking questions. So tell me, What do you hear in its echo?